So today we're going to look at doing a letterhead in Adobe Illustrator. So let's get started here. If you look at the letterhead assignment, we're looking at having um, some type of graphic, organizational name, and address information for contact. Pretty easy to do. Go ahead to create new. Then we're going to come down here and we will call this letterhead for business, or whatever you'd like to call your letterhead document. Inches, we want our size here to be 8.5 by 11. Now, right now, we are in custom size. If I go to print, there's my letter size there, and that's what we really want to be using. So 8.5 by 11. So letter size, we're good. Looks like we're good all the way around. Hit create. It gives us a regular sheet of paper, our artboard there. And then let's get started with this. We want to go ahead and keep our letterhead within the top about 2 inches of our document here. We don't know the size, so we have to go through and bring up our rulers. So go to the View tab, come down where it says Rulers, and then show the rulers. You can see the rulers pop up here. To keep it within the top 2 inches, I just simply click and drag down this guideline to about the 2-inch mark. That tells us or shows us where we can go ahead and do our design. I'm going to go ahead and then Control plus and zoom in a little bit, just to help us focus on the area that we need to be working on. So this is where we want to place our letterhead. You can see our whole document up is here. We're going to create our letterhead up in here. Again, we have to kind of take a look at where our margins are, and I'm going to go ahead and just place a margin here. I'm going to bring it in a 1/2 inch, bring another margin spacer in over here, another 1/2 inch, and I'll bring one more down from the top. The 1/2 inch print margins gives us the opportunity to see where we want to place our stuff. Commonly when we do printing, the printer by itself will not print within the margin areas as just kind of that buffer zone. So we're just simply locating those guidelines on there so we don't have accidental printing up here. And then when we go to print it in a printer, it's in the margin area and it won't print. So next thing we need to do is put in some type of a title or graphic or information. So text box, we'll click on that. We'll put a nice big text box in here. And you can see that we've got a lot of different styles in here. Let's go ahead and find something. Rosewood looks kind of crazy. I don't think I really want to do that one. But you can choose whatever style you'd like, as long as we can read it. So again, there's lots of selections down here. You can move down quite a ways and pick lots of stuff. Let's see here. Let's do Kessler today. So I can see this is a serif. In other words, we got the little points on there. It's kind of cool looking. We want a nice big title for the name of our company, so I'm going to go ahead and change that to, let's see, about 24 points. Looks like it might work real well. And then I'm going to go ahead and then we'll call it the TechEd Construction Company. Again, depending upon what you want, we can go ahead and adjust some of this stuff and say, okay, let's make this, well, all we got is regular for an opportunity. So we can't do italics or bold or whatever with this. We can, though, center it, and that's down here on the Properties tab. Come all the way down. It gives you your paragraph layout on the bottom. Again, we can change our text style if we need to, making it bigger or smaller by simply selecting something other than what we wanted. Now here we got 60. That's pretty big. It takes up a lot of space on our area up there. And I think our TechEd construction at 24 was pretty good. So we'll leave that alone. Next thing we want to do is place in here some maybe company information. So again, I'm going to leave it on the text box down here. I'm going to go ahead and create another text box down in the corner here. And we're going to put some Address information, now this is going to be a lot smaller, so we'll change that from 24 down to, let's go 10 points, pretty common. I'm going to change the paragraph to left justify. And there again, do we want to use that same Casteller? It might read a little hard in that smaller print, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go to Arial because Arial is pretty straightforward and easy to read. And then we just put our address in. Again, if you have an actual company or you're creating an actual company, put the actual information in here. And maybe you've got some other contact information here, like phone number. Just don't call the phone number because I have no clue whose it is. So there we go. Oh, let's straighten this out to make it look nicer. Again, we can go ahead and put the area code in parentheses if you'd like. That's going to kind of lay that out and make it easy to read. If you want to put a space in there, go ahead and put space in there. You can adjust this and place it really anywhere you want. And maybe you want to put the proprietor's name on there or whatever. You can put that all down in that area. Or it can put it in a separate spot. So again, now I'll put another text box in here. And put the text box right here. And let's put the owner's name in there. We'll just put my name in there for the owner. Again, we'll make that a little more prevalent. Okay, spell my own name right. And there again, we've got other options. So again, select tool, you can click and move and shift and center stuff. If you want to look in using the centering on the boxes and centering the stuff on the boxes, you can go ahead and pull a guideline over. And it's 8.5 by 11. So if we go 4.25, puts us right about there. And we look at our text boxes and look at selecting our text boxes. We can zoom in here. You can see where the center dot is here, and we can take and actually pull this over onto that center line. If we want to push it up towards the top, we can push it up a little bit towards the top. You can see it's at the top of our box. Same thing with the proprietor. Now you can see this is off center because I did not center it down here. So in the paragraph, if I center that on there, now I can use those center marks on here and drop that right straight on the line. So that's how we center stuff here. Again, the guidelines, I'm going to go back out. The guidelines here will not print, but just go through the process and use that. So the next thing is let's put some graphics in. And construction, let's throw a hammer in there, something like that. So again, file, place, and looking for some stuff. I think I have some documents here on my desktop. Let's pick a hammer. This is going to come out huge, and it comes out huge because my hammer I downloaded is huge, kind of like actual size. So how do we shrink that down? You can take the width and the height over here. Let's make it 2 by 2, 22. There we go. Now I don't know where it is because it kind of disappeared. Control negative. There we go. It's down in the corner here. I can grab and pull that up. How does that compare to the size of my letterhead? It's kind of big. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll zoom in a little bit. Control plus, I'm going to take and drag that in up into the position where I want it. Let's put this in right here. That looks great. See what the problem is though? It covered up all my other documents. So we need to take this and place it behind our other objects. To do that, come up here to Object Transform, and then we're going to go ahead. Oh, nope, got to go Arrange. There we go, Arrange. Send to back. And you can see what it does is it takes the whole image and the whited out area, pushes it all behind the text. And there we've got one hammer. And on the other side, what do we want to put over here? I don't know. Let's put a ruler in there or a tape measure or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and get out of there. I'm going to come into Google and let's go ahead and type in uh, tape measure. Looks good. Images. And on images, we're going to go through the process and find the tape measure. Let's see here. Let's use this one right here. This is an old Stanley power lock. We're going to right click on that and save image as. And then you can see it gave us the desktop automatically. We'll just call it tape measure and save. And then we'll follow the same technique as before. Now here we'll place that tape measure. So again, file, go down to place, find our tape measure here. And again, it pops us back to where we were. There we go. So we're going to place that. Place it there. Again, size is pretty big. Let's change that to 2 by 2. And now we take a look at that image. It's still a little bit big, so we can shrink that down. We don't necessarily have to type it in here. We can hit Shift and grab the corner and then push in and shrink that down to make that fit. So let's zoom out and see and look at what we have finished here. There's my title, the proprietor's there, contact information's down here, and there is our letterhead sampling for our class. So if you got any questions, give me a call, let me know, and we'll give you certainly as much help as you need.